He transformed Qatar into one of the richest and most influential countries in the world. But in Gaza, Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani is remembered for something more personal. He showed up. Qatar's former Emir, widely known as Father Emir, has died at the age of 74. He was buried in a simple grave in Doha after a modest funeral attended by his family, including his son and successor, Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Simplicity of the ceremony contrasted sharply with the scale of the country Sheikh Hamad helped build. When he assumed power in 1995, Qatar was a small Gulf state whose vast natural gas reserves had not yet been fully developed. Over the next 18 years, he accelerated investment in the northern field, the world's largest natural gas field, and turned Qatar into the world's leading exporter of liquefied natural gas. The country's economy grew from roughly 8 billion in 1995 to nearly 200 billion by the time he stepped down in 2013. Cash revenues were channeled into infrastructure, education, healthcare, and international investment. Qatar established one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds, attracted leading international universities, and began building the roads, airports, and cities that would later support the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Sheikh Hamad also backed the launch of Al Jazeera in 1996, creating a television network that challenged state-controlled narrative across the Arab world and gave greater prominence to stories from Palestine, Iraq, and other regional conflicts. But his relationship with Palestine went beyond media coverage or financial assistance. In 1999, he became the first Gulf leader to visit the Palestinian territories since 1967, meeting Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat during a period of political uncertainty. His most significant intervention came in October 2012. 6 years after Israel imposed the blockade on Gaza, Sheikh Hamad entered the territory alongside his wife, Sheikha Moza bin Nasser. He became the first Arab head of state to visit Gaza after the blockade began. The visit broke through the political isolation surrounding the enclave and delivered a highly visible message of support to Palestinians. During the trip, Sheikh Hamad increased Qatar's reconstruction commitment from $254 million to $400 million. The funding supported roads, housing, and healthcare facilities. Among the projects was Sheikh Hamad City in Khan Yunis, a housing development built for thousands of low-income Palestinian families. Qatari assistance also helped establish the Sheikh Hamad Hospital for Rehabilitation and Prosthetics, which provided specialized care for amputees and children with hearing impairments. Much of the infrastructure Qatar's financed was later damaged or destroyed during Israel's war on Gaza. But the hospital bearing Sheikh Hamad's name has continued operating despite attacks, shortages, and the wider collapse of Gaza's healthcare system. His support for Gaza was also political. During Israel's 2008 to 2009 offensive, Sheikh Hamad called for an emergency Arab summit in Doha, proposed reconstruction fund, and advocated for a maritime corridor to bypass the blockade. He publicly expressed frustration when divisions among Arab governments prevented a unified response. For Sheikh Hamad, Palestine was not simply another foreign policy file. According to those who have worked with him, he viewed attacks on Palestinian leadership as an assault on the wider Arab world and believed that Palestinians themselves had to remain at the center of their struggle for liberation. His policies helped Qatar develop an unusual form of influence. It was a small state, protected by its energy wealth, but willing to engage with actors and conflicts that larger regional powers often avoided. In 2013, Sheikh Hamad voluntarily handed power to his son, a rare move among Gulf rulers. But the system he created remained intact. Qatar continued to use its wealth, media network, and diplomatic relations to position itself as a mediator in regional and international crises. Sheikh Hamad's legacy will often be measured in gas exports, investment funds, skyscrapers, and global sporting events. But for many Palestinians, his legacy is simpler. When much of the region kept its distance, Sheikh Hamad entered the besieged territory, pledged hundreds of millions of dollars, and publicly stood with its people. For more such explainers, subscribe to DawnNews English.